Right, guys and girls, welcome back to FTRL. We're here tonight for Division 2, once again on a Tuesday evening, joined by Will aka Panda and Joe Burns. Evening, gentlemen, how are we?
Hello, good. So,
Good, mate. How you doing, Will?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good, well, hopefully, no internet problems tonight, you'll be able to commentate the whole way through.
Yeah, good luck.
Anyway, round 6, midway point of the season, at the end of this race, and we are at Britain. So if it's anything like last night, it should be an absolute cracker. Then again, we say that most weeks, but this is what the FTRL Championships are doing to us this season. So Silverstone, gentlemen, looks like we've got a dry qualifying. Division 2 haven't had much in the sort of way of rain so far this season as opposed to last season. With it being Silverstone, do you reckon that could happen tonight?
I mean, it's definitely more than likely.
Yeah.
Let's just hope it is, because it will Steph's out already.
Internet.
Left, so disconnected.
Yeah, connection problems. So people in the stream, people in the stream as normal. Please make yourself known, and we shall chat with you throughout the course of the evening. I know Ravers is in watching, who had other priorities this evening, didn't you, Ravers? We won't say them out loud, but you know how it is. But anyway, on board with CJ Payne, who I think it's probably a good time to say is the championship leader. Won the last 3 races at Monaco, France and Austria. Sits on 74 points, so he's 11 points clear of Tomo, who's in second. Could we see CJ make it a 4 out of 4 tonight, lads? What do you reckon?
I mean, he's definitely on a bit of a roll. So, momentum's a big thing in racing. No reason why he can't. He's definitely fast enough.
Yeah. What are you saying, Will?
Well, Pagani told me in the chat earlier that he's seen CJ practicing a hell of a lot for this, so should see him right up there.
Yeah, well, it's good to see people taking it so seriously, but quite a mixture of tyres so far. We saw it's quite an easy one-stop. Tomo sets the first time for 126.6. What's CJ going to do? 126.9. So he's 2.5 tenths off of Tomo as it currently stands. But yeah, I mean, Tomo's another one to point out. Like I said, sitting second in the championship, didn't race first race of the season, and so far his results have been 4th, 3rd, 3rd and 2nd. So could we see that elusive first win for him tonight? So a lot of things to take into consideration.
Well, just going off that first time, if he'd done the 26.6 and Div 1 last night, it would have ended up about 7th or 8th. So it's already a good one straight out the pits.
It certainly is. Well, like I said, simple one stop tonight, but for any damage. But even so, you can probably pop the hard tyres on and do pretty much the duration of the race on them. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see too much in the way of strategies unless it rains. But I've heard nothing yet, so I'm anticipating a dry one. Quickly, let's touch on the Ferraris, obviously, whilst the guys are all starting to set times now, just on board with Blue Flag. But looking at the Ferraris, you've got Tamatime 95 and Matt Kors, who are level on points at this stage. 3rd and 4th in the table, respectively, both on 62. Only 1 point behind Tomo in 2nd. And they've got a 14-point gap to those that are just outside the promotion spot, which is Pagani and Blue Flag in the Renaults. So Ferraris, would you have expected them to be doing any better than what they are? Would you think they're kind of where you would expect them to be at this stage of the season?
I mean, Matt Kors was looking pretty dominant early on. For the last 3 or 4 rounds, he's had a few poor qualifying results, which has knocked him off the top spot. And Hammer Time again, he's been quite consistent, but he's got unlucky in a few races here and there. So, I mean, maybe they should be higher, but I don't think it's down necessarily to the talent that they have. I think they're just getting a bit unlucky at the minute.
Yeah, I think it's about where you expect them to be, really. You have obviously you've got a bit of unknowns. You had Tomo's been right up there as well. CJ, from the start, we knew he'd be up there. So I think we always thought it between the Ferraris and the Renaults at the start of the season for the constructors, and it seems to be the way it's going at the minute.
Yeah, definitely does. Well, like I mentioned, you've got the Renaults that are 14 points behind the Ferraris at this stage. Blue Flag's just a few behind Pagani in sixth. Sorry. So I mean, it's starting to take a bit of shape now. Obviously, tonight we have got a few missing, which we will mention. Shrimpy, Spurge, Preheated Oven, Michael C, and FTRL Hammer Time can't make it tonight. So probably, I think this is the smallest grid we've had this season across both divisions. So, and with 15 drivers, it's still a relatively good number. So we can't be too disheartened about that, considering we're halfway through a season. So, yeah, I mean, Max Wars was a perfect topic of conversation there. Who brought that up? I think it was you, Joe. But last week, had that horrible start in Austria. I think he started 8th or 9th, dropped down to about 14th, and ended up coming, what was it, 3rd in the end? Yeah. So we know he's got the ability to do that. He just needs to get his qualifying more consistent, and then we'll see him up there. But we've also got to keep an eye out for the people such as Willie Tix. Prototype Steph is disqualified, so he's going to be starting from the back. But maybe even, I'm looking at it, maybe even someone like Big Metzer, because he has shown pretty good pace, just not overly consistent. And he's only a 10th behind his teammate, and he's on the hardest tyre at the moment, so he could be one to watch out for tonight. But with it being Silverstone, with the likes of Magnussen, Beckett and Stowe and corners like that, very iconic circuit is Silverstone. I imagine we're going to see a lot of action and a few offs tonight. So yeah, but at this stage, lads, what are we thinking for pole? Are we going to tip Tomo to do it, or are we going to think elsewhere? What are we going to say?
I think I said CJ, so I'm going to stick with my choice.
Yeah.
I was too late for the predictors this week, but I'm going to say CJ now. So
you're going to say
just
CJ
based
now?
on how much he's been practicing.
Yeah.
Got a question for you two, though.
Go on.
Just pick one driver, sort of you've been surprised, been impressed by this season, and one that's maybe underwhelmed you a little bit. You got any of those?
Oh, okay. I like what you're doing here. I think in terms of underperforming, should I say, part of me wants to say Prototype Steph, just because his results so far have been a 14th, a 5th, a 4th and an 11th. So, and with the form that he showed at the end of last season, I thought he would have been right up there this year, but we know he's got the pace. Also, Michael C. The reason I say that is because he was a Div 1 driver, and he wasn't too far away from the points in Div 1 when he was in there, and then he left and come back, and he's now quite some way down the table. I know he's not racing tonight, but he's he's not had the best of seasons, a couple of DNFs and whatnot. In terms of overachieving, or someone that's impressed me, I want to say Preheated Oven. Again, not here tonight.
He was my show.
He's only a few points behind the Renaults, sitting in P7 in the championship, and he even got himself a 2nd place in Monaco. So definitely been putting in the hours and improving. So shout out to him for doing so well this season. What about you, boys?
I'd say underperforming, maybe. As and performing. I'm not too sure.
You can't give it that. I've not been here that long, because you've done a full season now. So none of that rubbish anymore, Joe. You've been thrown in the deep end of it all now.
Overperforming, I would probably say maybe Rolitix.
Okay.
It's top 8. You wouldn't normally, maybe see him that high because he's normally got a few mistakes in him, but yeah.
Okay, Will, what are you saying, mate? I know you said Preheated Oven.
Yeah, Preheated Oven's my shout for the overperforming. or impressed me, as you said. Like you said, I mean, he's picked up podiums. When he first came into FTRL, he was quite far off doing that sort of thing. So to see him right back up there now is pretty impressive. And then underperforming, I kind of want to say, I kind of just want to say Matt Cause, just because he's not sort of leading outright, really, considering he's had the experience of being nearly promoted last season. I thought he would have, been right up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 1 point off of second, but I kind of get where you're coming from with that, because I really expected him to be there or thereabouts at the end of every single race. I know he sort of dominated the start, but he's sort of dropped off a little bit now, like starting to see the chinks in his iron. But, or chinks in his armour, however you want to say it. But yeah, interesting. But 5.5 minutes to go. Been a pretty uneventful qualifying, it must be said, at the moment. Nothing too exciting is going on. I'm expecting more from Rich T Gaming. He's been putting in a bit of practice, but he's down in 12th at the minute. And also from the two Renaults, I'm expecting to see them jump up the field. But City Posh got a good time, P5. At the moment, Tomo's got pole by over 3.5 temps. But
Yes.
CJ Payne is on a lap coming through Maggots and Beckett's.
I mean, Rich T Gaming did describe to me earlier, he said Britain was his bread and butter. So, there you go.
It's a bold statement. Also, must be said, Agent Panda and Goy Carp have a good chance of scoring points tonight, because I imagine we'll see a few DNFs or a few accidents or broken wings or whatnot. If them two keep it clean, you never know. They could both be in with a shout tonight of grabbing some points, maybe.
Never know.
CJ Payne does Tomo by 5,000ths of a second. And bear in mind, Tomo set that time at the start of qualifying, so I'm still going to I'm going to tip him for pole. I know I said CJ in the old predictor that we do, but I think Tomo's got it in his locker now. Let's go down and see what Matt Cause is up to. Just coming round to start his flying lap.
It's interesting that a lot of them chose to go out on the harder tyre, since they would have presumably taken note of Div 1.
Yeah, well, dives back into the pits now. So what is Matt Cause doing? Is he going to put on a fresh set, or is he going to call it a day there? Let's have a look at the best tyre. So he set that on the medium, so he might actually not do anything. Is Tomo going to come back out? Willie Tix is coming back into the pits. So at this stage, no one's really setting a lap. CJ is going to be coming back in. Bendel's on an out lap. Okay, yeah, we're at that sort of point now, aren't we, really, where we're going to see people fly out the pits. Pagani set his time on the hard tyres, so...
Hammer time has been blocked there by Matt Cause. Matt Cause came in for pits. Hammer time presumably wanted to go out, but he's having to wait a little bit.
Communication problems at Ferrari.
Yes, it's the failed slipstream all over again.
Yeah, well, at the moment I'm on board with Bendel, because he's the furthest one on an out lap, sitting in P8 at the moment, just getting used to his wheel still, but he's doing a pretty good job of it. We're seeing progress every week. Paul James is retired, currently P9, but I imagine he will drop out of the top 10 after the two Renaults. Yeah. But yeah, quite a big split in terms of tyres at the moment. The top 6 are all on softs, then we've got a few guys on the mediums, and then Pagani on the hard tyre. But surely we're going to see Pagani again.
He is on his way out of the pits.
Okay, right, so Bendel starts his flying lap. Very easy to cut turn 1, but he took quite evasive action of that curb there. So, what are we saying about penalties tonight, lads? Do you reckon we're going to see a few pop up, or
many?
Yeah, see, I don't think it's not that easy to get penalties around here. I mean, there's a few corners you can cut a little bit. I think if you get one, that's pretty standard for this track, but I don't know if we're going to see too many pop up. We'll have to wait and see.
Going through the S's, you can sometimes get penalties, especially if you're fighting somebody through there.
Yeah, if you cut that too much.
Yeah, the fast right-hander, where the bit used to be. If you run a little wide on the exit there, you can sometimes get a warning.
Yes. It's a bit of an inconsistent track for track limits, isn't it? Like, sometimes you can cut a bit and then it will be fine. Other times it'll be a nightmare.
Especially up here, where Bendel's about to go through.
Yeah, right. Well, we got Marcus in the chat, or known as Chicken Guy, saying CJ for pole. Marcus,
Chicken Dude.
Yeah, Chicken Dude. We had he showed really good pace last night, I thought, in the Div 1 race.
Yeah, definitely.
Ray was saying Bendel's improving also. Onto the podium's made a rare appearance into the chat, so even to you, Connor. So Matt Cors could never be labelled as underperforming because anyone that knows him knows he will always bottle it. So I'm just waiting for Matt Cors' dad to pop up in the chat, and then a rather large debate will happen there, I feel. But just on board with Tomo now. Yeah, Tomo just completed sector 2, so he's in the final sector. Just got to find 0.005 of a second, and I think that might secure him pole position. No problem, Marcus, mate. I thought you drove really, really well. Someone else has popped up saying, I'm here. Is that still... I don't even know how to say that. Sorry, mate. If you can
What's pole?
go mad course. Oh, okay, right.
CJ's been blocked by a Williams Rich T Gaming.
Yes.
Messed his lap up.
Well, Tomo has gone pole by just over a tenth. We've got to keep an eye on the rest of the field now. CJ has retired, so imagine.
Very happy about
No, we might see that one come into the steward's office. But do you think any of these guys are in danger of beating Tomo's time there, or getting himself onto the front row? Hammer Time 95 has missed out. I mean,
that's what I was thinking. Generally, if someone's going to do it, it's Hammer Time.
Yeah, either that or Matt Cors possibly could throw himself up there. Blue flag up to 6th. Him and Willie Tix have set the exact same time. Big Metz has gone 4th. That's a really good lap from him. I said if I had a feeling he might do well. Now, where is Pagani? I don't know why I said that so slowly. Pagani's back into the pit, so Pagani's going to be starting outside the top 10. Interesting tactic. But that just about concludes qualifying when Rich T Gaming finishes off his lap, which is coming round to do now.
I can't imagine he'll be happy with that lap.
So Rich T into the pit. So we have Tomo and CJ, Championship 1 and 2 on the front row. We've got Hammer Time 95 in 3rd. Willie Tick starting alongside him on the 2nd row. Big Metzer, good qualifying from him, with Matt Cors on the 3rd row. City Posh Blue starting 7th with Blue Flag, who I don't think will be too disappointed with that, starting in 8th. And then I can't quite remember the rest of the top 10 because it's gone off of my screen. I'll finish that off in just a second. But guys in the stream, let us know what you think is going to happen in the race. Give us a podium prediction in order so we can have a chat about that as we go through. And then we'll get ready for Will's specialist formation lap. Alright, so rounding off the top 10, Bendel was in P9, Paul James stays just inside in 10th place. Asian Panda out-qualifies Pagani in 11th, Pagani 12th, Rich T Gaming last person to set a time. He won't be too happy with that. And then Goy Carp and Prototype Steph starting 14th and 15th respectively as we get ready for lights out. Gents, what is your prediction for this race? I'm going to throw it out there right now.
I reckon CJ, Hammer Time, Tomo. Now looking at the top 3.
I'm going CJ, Tomo, Hammer Time.
Got to be different, annual.
Yeah.
I think that the top 2 are going to stay as they are. Oh, I can see some clouds. It looks a little bit... we could see some here. It looks a little bit dark, but I think the top 2 are going to stay the same, and I think Matt Cors is going to come 3rd.
Yeah, we may be doing a restart, possibly, depending on if Steph can get in or not. We don't know yet, so we'll have to bear that in mind.
Well, it's down to the admins.
indeed.
to make that decision. Prototype Steph says that he is in. His car is on the grid. Is it ghosted?
Let's have a look. Yeah, it is ghosted. Oh no, I think he's back in.
Right. Well, we'll take this on the formation lap, and then we'll wait to hear otherwise from the admins.
Yeah, well, I'll get going anyway. Who knows what that is actually happened. So, the report from Virgin Media changed everything. So, you know, hopefully it'll work now. So we've got turn 1 pole. I think he was pole for performance, possibly. Might have got that out from nowhere, but he's on pole again in the Force India. So hopefully he can hold off his friend CJ Payne. That's been hard to do. CJ Payne's got a few wins this season. I hope to follow it up. Hammer Time in third. There seems to be a little bit of a gap between these top 3 and the rest of the field, a bit like the Dutchies and Div1 to be fair. So maybe we'll see that, maybe we'll see a little bit closer on race pace. But Willie Tix in 4th, once again showing that decent pace at sea if he can bring the racecraft along with it. Big Metzer in 5th in the McLaren. Decent quali, maybe a few positions higher than usual, so he'll be looking to consolidate that bit of a fast approaching Matt Gores behind him. Said only 1 point off Hammer Time, was it? One of them. So he's right up there in the championship fight, but he always seems to make it difficult for himself. He always seems to start sort of lower down. So maybe he's got a bit of quality troubles he could be improving upon and going to the rest of the season. Got City Posh Blue on the wheel, 7th again. He starts around that every week, but he always gets unlucky or makes a little error, so hopefully he can stay out of trouble. Pick up some nice points for the Sauber boys along with CJ. Blue Flag just behind in 8th. Decent quality from the Renault, but he'll be looking to move up. Bender in 9th on the wheel. He's now into the points, so hopefully he can do well. Paul James very close behind him on the wall lap there, but he's another one who's been sort of in the wars a little bit of late, so hopefully he can do a little bit better. Agent Panda in the Fernando Alonso position. So might have said that. And we've got Pagani in 12th, Rich T Gaming in 13th, Goikarp behind his teammate in 14th, and Steph in 15th.
Lovely. Well, we are restarting. We've seen that right at the end of the formation lap, which is a bit of a shame, due to the fact there's been a bit of a lobby error, unfortunately. So we'll have to go through that once again, but it shouldn't take us too long. But we won't make you do that again, Will. It's all right, mate.
Thank you.
Or maybe we could get Joe to do it, and we could get the stream to vote. Team Will, Team Joe. Who did it better?
It's a bit much.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Wow, you never. There's got to
Will
be.
did it fine.
There's got to be some competition. That's just Joe being lazy. For all of you that don't know him.
I'll get out of that lobby then if we restart.
Yeah. Let's not watch the start of that unfold.
Usually we don't have another formation now, so who knows?
Yes.
Whatever the admins want to do.
Well, I'm just having a just while we're in a bit of an off period, just reading some of the comments in the stream. So I believe that's Matt Gores' dad saying, "My slang in English isn't great. What does bottle it mean?" So bottle it is basically for somebody who is maybe expected to be in a certain position, and they'll get themselves into that position, and then they'll make an error and bottle it, I suppose.
Just
perfect example. If you follow football, it's what Liverpool did a few years ago. They were on top, ready to win the championship, and then the pressure got to them. They made mistakes, and they didn't end up finishing where it was expected. So that's your perfect example of what we call a bottle. Also, sorry about that, Joe. Also in the stream, we have got Chicken Guy saying more evidence of Matt being a bottle. Pagani saying it's not a tactic, I bottled qualifying. Says a lot of bottles going on tonight. Raves Avengers said Monster, I think he means monster. Willie Tix dive bomb, smashes into the top 3. Safety car, then brain, then Red Bulls romp home to a 1-2 finish. So, if that happens, I will do something extreme for charity.
I will eat my sock if that happens.
Yeah, so screw up, bottle it equals failing, yeah, pretty much. Like Matt Caw's bottle promotion last season. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I might use that as an example, but I thought, considering I'm speaking to his dad, I probably shouldn't. But yeah, basically, what happened to Matt Caw's last season? Just needed to finish, what, 6th or 7th in France, and drove into a pit wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. I so agree someone went to the pits at the wrong time. Yeah, quite possibly. But, well, looking at the championship table, we might as well finish that off while we're here. So, I'll give you a quick brief rundown again. So, CJ Payne in the lead on 74. Tomo is in second on 63 points. Hammer Time and Matt Caw's are third and fourth, both on 62 points. That's very, very close. Then the two Renaults, Pagani leading the way in fifth, Blue Flag in sixth. Pagani on 48 points, Blue Flag on 42. Preheated Oven, who's not here tonight, on 37. Willie Tix leading the Toro Rosso drivers on 30 points in P8. Prototype Steph in 9th on 22 points. And FTRL Hammer Time, who's not here tonight as well, on 22 points, rounding off the top 10. So, will we see a point for the Red Bull team tonight? Neither the Red Bulls or the Mercedes have got a point so far this season. In terms of the constructors, Ferrari are leading the way on 128 points, and they've got a 38 point gap to Renault, who are in second. So Ferrari certainly doing their bit in the Constructors' Championship. So I think what we're doing now is we're just waiting for one more to join. Prototype Steph needs to get into his car, which he's done, and then I imagine we're going to be getting ready for lights out.
Well, on the Agent Panda in Goy Kart Red Bull team, Agent Panda did get a point in performance last week, so he's on form.
Yeah,
so
that is a very good point.
Seeing their first points.
We may well see it tonight.
Yes.
And if that does happen, Red Bull will not be last in the constructors.
Oh.
So yeah, it's all going on tonight, gents. So many things could happen. So it's almost like a red flag, this, isn't it? In real F1, or a black flag.
Yeah. Got to talk about absolute rubbish for about half an hour.
In other news,
Are you enjoying the new F1 liveries?
I am. I was just about to mention the F1 liveries. The Williams for next season is a beautiful car. Toro Rosso and Renault look exactly the same, but the Williams is very, very nice indeed. So we'll be finding out the rest of those as the over the coming days. Just quickly, what do we think about Charles Leclerc? Do you reckon he's going to do well at Ferrari next season? Do you reckon he might win a race?
I reckon he'll outscore Vettel.
Really?
I think it'll be depending on the Ferrari letting.
Yeah, but that's exactly. Do you think Ferrari will let him?
I don't think they would have brought him up to do a Raikkonen. They might as well have just kept him. So.
Yeah, but you know what Vettel's like? Vettel will just cry otherwise, won't he? This is really unfair. Like, well, I mean, I want nothing more than Leclerc to absolutely smash Vettel next season. Just to knock him down a peg or two.
A Ferrari driver. Well, I mean, technically he is, but he came through as a Red Bull driver. So, I think Ferrari would rather, if Vettel is going to start crying and moaning, I don't think they'd have two thoughts about getting rid of him, especially with his age. Although he's still a very good driver, obviously. But, Charles Leclerc, big talent, coming through, their own sort of driving program.
Yeah, well,
that's it, Mr. Matkos. Vettel, that's what a bottle is.
Yeah, there we go.
Just to sum it up for you.
Well, exactly.
Driving slowly into a wall in Germany. Yeah.
Well, just while the formation lap is going on, I'm just going to temporarily leave my microphone for about 30 seconds, so please enjoy conversation or silence, whichever these two decide they feel is best.
Probably silence.
I'll be back in...
We'll just make everything awkward.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a moment, but yeah, talk amongst yourselves, gentlemen.
Alright there. What about the black and gold? The pass. What do you think?
I thought it was pretty smart, you know. I mean, it's pretty plain, but it kind of reminded me of the Lotus back in sort of 2012-13, just
Yeah.
minus the red. Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, I like it. A lot of people have been saying it's sort of too simple, but I think it's quite clean. I quite like it.
A lot of people on Twitter don't like the Williams livery.
No, but
One of our Div 1 drivers placed it to be one of them.
yeah, I mean, when they released last year's, everyone was saying, "Oh, it's the same. Why bother releasing a new livery?" So now they've changed it at the very least.
Can't win. Cannot win.
No,
But Mercedes tomorrow, I think, isn't it?
possibly.
Red
I'm
Bull.
not. Do you reckon we'll see a couple of test liveries? Or do you reckon we're just going to stick to the classic Red Bull, classic Mercedes colours?
Well, Mercedes have been teasing that that camo sort of livery on Twitter, but I don't think that'll be for the season. I think it'll just be a testing like Red Bull did last year, and then we'll fob it off and it'll look exactly the same come Australia.
It's really annoying, isn't it? Like, oh, that's a great livery. Look at that. And then it comes to Australia and it's just silver. You know, for God's sake.
Unfortunately, though, with all these big sort of title sponsors that teams have nowadays, with Petronas and I mean Ferrari's Ferrari. There's not much you can do with the red car, but
Yeah.
you know, Mercedes have had this big thing with Petronas and you know, silver and blue in it. There's not much more you can do with it, I guess.
Yeah, you might have a point.
Right, gentlemen. Second time lucky this evening. We are getting ready for lights out at Silverstone. It's looking pretty dark. I reckon we could see some rain at some stage.
One thing to mention, though, while they're all lining up, Steph is at the back of the grid with no setup now, having had to join back.
No, you will have a setup because we reset the lobby.
Yeah.
Right, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Silverstone for round 6 of the championship, and it's lights out and away we go. CJ Payne's had an excellent start. Tomo looking like he might lose the position here. Willie Tix has flown through so far.
Oh, big Mets, big contact, hammer time.
CJ Payne,
managed to keep it on though.
Willie
Tomo's
Tix
gone
is
off inside the line again here.
caught right up. I haven't seen any spins or anything yet, but Tomo's going to hold that line.
Blue
Oh!
flag.
CJ Payne's car slips out.
Payne.
He's hit Willie Tix, and Willie Tix has flown off into the background. Just looked like a loss of traction. Yeah, looked like a loss of traction from my view.
Blue flag up to 4th. Very good start.
Yeah, 4 positions already from blue flag. Very, very impressive indeed.
Running into the top 10 as well.
Yeah, Hammer Time survived his early scare and managed to keep hold of P3. Big Metzer maintained P5. City Bosch is up 1. Matt Cause has lost a position.
He's going for a move on Willie Tix. What a move.
Now,
So
will Willie Tix pit at the end of this lap? How patient will he be with Agent Panda? That is the question. I don't think he's got much choice. Goy Karp is off-road.
yeah,
I was just about to say Goy Karp is approaching Willie Tix for a legitimate overtake, but I ate my words.
Pagani is now past Matt Cause.
Matt Cause is down
so.
3 places. Pagani up to
He's
8th.
not having the best of starts, I believe, in that course.
Willie Tix is into the pit, so that could be the blue hard tyre until the end, maybe. I mean, he can
Yeah.
try.
You could do it, and it's a very resilient time.
Yeah, certainly is. Well, Bendel's the highest of the medium runners as it all currently stands.
Trying to see if I can see blue. It is blue. Hard tyres for the end.
Well, the top 4 are all within a second of each other, and then there's a bit of a gap to Willie Tix, who's got a bit of a train forming behind him at the moment. Matt Cause will be very disappointed with his start. Lost out 3 places already, but then again, he seems to come on as the race goes on. So, if he can just get his qualifying and start sorted, he would be a 100% promoted driver, in my opinion.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any wing damage though, so he's still in the race.
Well, I'm going to say something, and I don't mean to jinx it, so I'm going to touch some wood in the meantime on my desk, and I'm going to say that the first ever time I saw Pagani drive was on F1 2016, I want to say. Could have been the one before.
Got Rich T off.
Rich T Gaming is off. Paul James.
With Paul James. Yeah, a little bit of contact there, I imagine.
Yeah, well, Pagani looking very, very racy behind Bendel. But just to finish off what I was saying there, the first time I ever saw Pagani race, dear,
he's hit Pagani.
Pagani will not be a happy bunny after that. I've just jinxed him, but all I was going to
swing out of the wall. At the very least.
Yeah, but nevertheless, he's going to be very, very, very annoyed about that. Yeah, I'll try and finish the point I was trying to make before something else happens. But
stuff keeps happening.
The first time I ever saw Pagani race was around this track, and he was unbelievable. I mean, it was a couple of games ago, maybe even 3 games ago, but I saw him race, and he was just unreal. And now he says to me he doesn't like this track very much, but he doesn't seem to give himself the vote of confidence too much as Pagani. But I think we will see that tonight. But in other news, Agent Panda is currently running in the points in net position.
Tell you what, one more big crash up front, and we're going to have a double Red Bull point finish.
Yeah, Matt
and Bendel.
Yeah, Matt getting very, very close to Bendel. Are they going to go side by side for Magus and Beckett? Surely not. Oh, Bendel lifts off. That was very, very close.
Very.
Pagani,
from Bendel in the end, though.
Pagani does not seem to be having the luck at the moment.
CJ on the outside top.
He's been hit a few times the last couple of weeks, which was out of his control, which is a bit unfortunate.
Great move. CJ takes the lead.
Yeah, great move from CJ. Hammer time 95, nearly steamed into the back of Tomo there. Well, it's certainly one thing to keep note of as well. Blue Flag is just sitting behind this battle for the lead, and I think he'll be very, very happy to stay as he is.
Yeah, he's keeping touch well at the minute.
Hammer Time 95 has a lot of battery as opposed to the other guys around him. They're all below 50% and he's up in the 80s. So that could prove effective at some stage very soon. Let's go back to that actually, as Hammer Time is going to take a look up the inside of Tomo. Tomo holds his line very well there, good driving.
Yeah, good respectful racing.
He
got cops off.
Oh,
that's off the gun, he's got past him.
Oh, he does spin. He's still spinning.
Guy's doing a donut. Probably not the best time to do one of them, Guy, but
it's our time. Ooh, Tomo's off. It's going to be blue flag now. Is he going to back out? He does back out, going for Magus and Beckett.
Hammer Time picks up a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, missed that.
He tried to go side by side through that fast right-hander, and very tricky to do. So Tomo took evasive action.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too happy about that, but Hammer Time 95 does like a penalty. I mean, he's already got one and we're on lap 4, so that could be a recurring theme. Tomo and CJ don't seem to get too many, neither does Blue Flag. Well, then again, he can be a bit inconsistent with his penalties, Simon, but we'll have to wait and see. But Matt Cause on the back of Big Metzer. City Posh going well on P5, nice and comfortable. Gap in front of him and behind him.
Yeah, if he can bring that home, he'll be very happy on his wheel.
Yeah, he definitely will. But this is the closest battle on track at the moment, or other than the one between Blue Flag and Tomo. Blue Flag is getting very close, must be said. DRS is open.
Oh, down the inside.
Lovely move. Blue Flag up into the podium position.
Yeah, very good few laps. Blue Flag there.
For somebody that doesn't like Silverstone very much, he's doing a very good job, must be said.
And has had no practice as well.
Yeah, no practice at all. Yeah. Other racing games are available.
I can't see Tomo letting Blue Flag go though.
No, I still think he'll be up there by the end of the race, but at the moment CJ looks in control of this now. But I mean, was it?
Posh. He's coming on the back of this actually.
There he is. See, Bosch is flying.
Is he going to try it? Down the inside he goes.
Yeah, Tomo backs off. Has Tomo got a bit of damage, maybe?
I think he has. He looks a little bit weird going through the S's.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing visible on his car. Maybe it's like a bit of a yellow wing, possibly, but either that or it's just completely interrupted his rhythm and knocked him out of his knocked his confidence a little bit. Was it like a steward's inquiry issue, or was it just side by side? Not much could really happen. Tomo has now retired from the race.
That's a weird one.
Is he on a wheel or something? Maybe
Tomo, I believe he's on a wheel. Yeah, where is he? I literally can't see him at the moment.
No, he's
Hold
just
off.
he retired just sort of mid corner. He didn't crash or anything.
Ah, right. That's a massive shame. Massive shame.
Yeah, we're doing well.
It's weird as well.
Yeah, that's going to really damage his championship hopes, especially with CJ winning by 2 seconds. But at the moment,
I mean, Agent Panda is in 10th. Goy Carp is 14 seconds behind him, and Woody Tix is a good 40 seconds behind Goy Carp. So,
ooh,
this be it.
it could be it. You never know. But Rich T Gaming's quite some way back as well after his earlier prang with Paul James. But we've had 2 retirements, 6 laps in, 20 to
Matt
go.
Course, and Big Met's
DJ's just in that rhythm again now, where as soon as he gets up top, I said it last week, he just flies away.
Now, I've just seen Matt Course go past Big Metza, and it looked, I mean, he went round the outside of him, it was a really nice move, but it looked like he just cut straight back across the corner. Maybe it was just the camera angle that I was on, but it looked like he just cut straight across Big Metza's line, forcing him to brake, otherwise it would have just been a crash. So, oh, and saying that, Big Metza is off into the wall, and there goes his wheel.
And that puts Guy into P10.
Yeah, we've got...
I say that, he's just gone wide.
He's taken on board perspective of Goy Kart. He's very hesitant.
He's so slow.
Yeah. I don't really
Shift
know.
Guy.
Yeah, this guy's not shifting. I don't know what the guy's doing. I'm just on board with him now.
He's going really slow. I
don't-
don't know
yeah.
why.
Why is he?
Maybe his wheels broke or something?
I really don't know. Either that or he's just not concentrating at all.
I mean,
Goy.
he could be eating some chicken wings.
Yeah, there is that.
He
could
just
be-
like a wing.
He could be playing Football Manager as well with his Rail Oviedo career mode.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a professional driver such as Goy Carp, you can do many things at the same time.
Yeah. Anyway, right. On to more important things than Goy Kart's Football Manager career. City Pops Blue, half a second behind Blue Flag.
He's flying in a minute.
Tomo's just said his setup didn't load,
Ah, okay.
so that's why he's been having those problems. So I can't imagine he's too happy at the moment, which is very, very bad to hear.
I think he could have kept going and get some points though, so
Yeah.
he might have missed out on a few points there.
Well, Prototype Steph is right on the back of Bendel. Started 15th on the grid, stone dead last. He's moved up 8 places already. And he's going to have to run on Bendel very soon with the aid of DRS. So could we see a move now from Steph?
Looks like it.
Bit of a straightforward one from Steph. I'm still very intrigued about Goy. Is he still doing what he was doing? Or it seems... I mean, he's
No,
going
he's
over...
behind
He's flying around now. Although Vortex is still catching him really quick.
So he might just have been either eating a wing or playing some Football Manager or, yeah, maybe checking Twitter. He's a very famous man, so
Yeah. He is a very important man.
very important. So, who knows?
Well, guys in the stream, leave a comment saying hashtag what was Goy doing and give us your verdict as to what you feel like Goy may have been doing in that moment, because it didn't seem like a natural thing. But yeah,
Ten-
just
where is Rich T? He just got a 10-second time penalty for extending track limits. Is he on the track? Or...
I don't know. I'm interested to see some of the hashtags. What was Goy doing? Because it's going to be funny after the race when he hasn't heard the commentary and goes back and reads the stream comments and has no idea what it was. Raver's saying Goy getting a delivery from his supplier. James has just had hashtagged what was Goy doing. You're supposed to follow up what you actually thought he was doing. So I don't think we've got the most knowledgeable bunch in the stream this evening. Switch on, gentlemen. Right, no one is within DRS range of anybody else. The closest is City Posh, and to be fair, it's very close. But the race seems to be settling down now. But the soft runners, who are the top 5, are all going to have to pit within the next, 3 laps?
Yeah.
Very soon, yeah.
It seems that City Posh can get within sort of DRS, but then makes a little error, and Flag can get away again.
Yeah, well, Pagani has, Big Metzer and Tomo, and even Paul James as well, was in front of him after obviously what happened earlier on with Matt Cause. Finds himself up into P8, only 6 seconds behind Bendel, so it might not be that poor of a result for Pagani tonight. It might be a case of what could have been, potentially. But yeah, like you said earlier,
it's a long way to go, so you can still do it.
Politics is just under 3 seconds behind going on.
Yeah, settling down. Let's go check in with Agent Panda, give him a bit of airtime.
We've got a few comments for what he's got doing. We've got citing his pizza. We've got judging the Miss Universe Beauty competition. So quite a varied response on what Goy's up.
Yeah. I feel like we should put that on Twitter as well. Hashtag what was Goy doing? Well, Willie Tix.
Enjoy that a bit too much, to be fair.
Yeah, Willie Tix is very close to Goy now.
Willie Tix needs to be careful though, because he's still going to go to the end of the race on those hard tyres. He pit really early. He doesn't want to push too much.
What did he pit on? Lap 1? At the end of lap 1, was it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
1 or 2, yeah.
So those tyres are going to be pretty short towards the end, so...
Let's hope Goy is looked up from whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
He's got a Willie Tix behind him.
Is Goy going to put up a fight? Are we going to see a Goy kart battle? We are. I feel like we are.
No.
No?
No.
We're going
Depends.
to go through Magus and Beckett's quick. We've got a legitimate Goy kart battle on stream. So that very smooth Goy. He's got DRS. Is he going to take a look? But he's quite a way back.
One hell of a dive.
Yeah.
I think.
Then again,
He also seems to have no straight line speed.
No.
Which is interesting.
I think he's running a maximum downforce setup at this stage. Prototype Steph is up into the podium scoring positions because we have had pit stops from CJ and Blue Flag. CJ and Blue Flag have pitted. Hammer Time and City Posh have stayed out. So
Matt Cause onto the mediums as well.
Yeah.
Agent Panda currently in P8.
Yeah, he's not playing FM, so he's doing a little bit better at the minute.
Yeah, he's probably concentrated a bit more than what Goy was doing, but yeah, but that's got a lovely helicopter shot of Agent Panda.
I'd be delighted.
Yeah. And he's chasing down Blue Flag, keeping Matt Cause at bay. We'll go on board with Matt Cause actually.
Hammer Time is in the pits for City Posh.
So let's see how much of an undercut Blue Flag got on Hammer Time. Agent Panda's run wide, Matt Cause has got the run, DRS is open. Move is complete from Matt Cause. Kicks a bit of dust up at Agent Panda and carries on with his day.
Hammer Time is on his way back out.
Hamilton might be ahead here, you know.
Really? No, I don't think so. Now, where's Blue?
No, he's not. Okay.
Right, what's... Okay. Blue Flag seems to have lost a lot of time. Did he have to have a wing change? He's 5.5 seconds back. He must have had a wing change, surely.
Although he's still 1.5 ahead of City Posh, which is about right, but he's a lot closer to Matt Cause.
Yeah, very interesting. But anyway, Prototype Steph currently leads the race. Matt Cause.
On the inside.
Yeah. FTRL Gamer's got another 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. So I'm wondering what he's doing there.
I think it's him getting out of the way of the drivers.
I mean, his tyres look very dirty. You know.
Yeah, I think he's just been getting out of the way of the unlapped cars.
I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anybody around at the moment.
Well, I'm going to say it. If there's one more retirement from anybody inside the top 10, other than Agent Panda, both the Red Bulls will finish inside the top 10 because Rich G Gaming's already a lap down. And he's going to have to stop again because those softs won't go 15, 16 laps.
I mean, I never wish for anybody to crash out, but...
I mean, what a story it would be, though. The home Grand
Guy
Prix.
eats wings mid-race but still gets a point.
Yeah, I mean,
legendary.
I'm wondering what it was. Matt Cause has got past City Posh, so he's in net P4 now, Matt Cause. He's making his way back up the field, but he's got a bit of a gap to Blue Flag. Then again, Blue Flag has taken just over half a second out of hammer time.
Rich T has pit again.
And he has retired.
Okay.
So one more retirement, and everybody is guaranteed points. Very uneventful race as it currently stands, gentlemen.
Yes, we've got a few fairly large gaps.
Starting to stretch out a little bit. Other than City Posh closing in on Matt Cause, kind of.
Yeah, he's just kind of flirting within the DRS range of him now. I mean, when will we expect to see the top three come into the pits?
16, 17, definitely latest.
Yeah, it'd be around there.
Yeah. Well, Pagani's brought the gap down to Bendel to 2.8 seconds. So...
Yeah, that was 6, wasn't it?
Yeah,
About
6.5, I think.
That goes nearly in DRS. Could have a move for a
big chunk of time out there.
yeah, we move for net P3, I think. Yeah, I don't know if Blue Flag has made a little mistake or something. Matt Cause is definitely a lot closer than he was.
Closing very quickly.
Not sure how long Blue Flag can hold off a marauding Matt Cause, but
Willie
there go.
Hicks
He always does.
is getting close to Agent Panda as well at the moment. Right, Bendel was pitted from the middle.
Early.
Yeah, that is quite early.
Yeah. I think that will secure Pagani the position come the end of the race.
Sucks.
Oh. Matt Cause looks very erratic tonight.
Not my welcome to do this time.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
other than that, was
Oh God.
Corey, 5 seconds stop
Stop
go,
now.
speeding in the pit lane. For someone that was driving incredibly slow earlier on, it's quite ironic that he's got that penalty.
It's very ironic.
Yeah. Anyway, we have a battle between Matt Cause and Blue Flag for the final podium position, or net podium position.
We certainly do. CJ just told him that 4-second gap to hammer time.
Well, we know Blue
Let's see
Flag
how
will
this
not.
does.
Yeah, Blue Flag will not make this easy for Matt Cause.
Especially against Matt Cause. He'll
Yeah.
personally enjoy it, I'm sure.
And I know how much Blue Flag will want to have this podium this evening.
Well, he might need to defend it right now.
I think he will. What's Matt Cause going to do? Goes towards the outside. Blue Flag holds the inside line.
Well,
Matt Cause switchback. Has it come off? Change camera angle, please. Oh, Blue
No.
Flag gets himself ahead.
nearly. You'll commentate on one this season at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. If I do, it'll be wonderful.
Yeah, that was resolute defensive driving from Blue Flag. As is always the case, it seems. Let's see Matt Cause run from Alex Beckett. It's going to need to set himself up nicely out of here. Very crucial part of the track. Decent, nothing exceptional,
No.
but he's going to have a go again. Round
Blue
the
Flag's
outside.
going to hold that line again.
Breaks late though. Well, that's a good move if he pulls this off.
Very good move. Blue Flag now has been outsmarted.
He has.
And City Posh has joined the party. Prototype Steph is into the pits. Pagani got himself out just ahead of Willie Tix.
Can be very important, I'm sure. Matt
Yep.
Cause does have a penalty though, so
He does, so does
Blue
Hammer
Flag
Time
just needs to
95.
stay near him.
Yeah, it's not too important at the moment. Hammer Time's won. But for any mistakes, I think that's all we have to really live off of now in this race, because other than this battle, I imagine Pagani will pull away from Willie Tix fairly quickly. 2 tyre compound softer. It's a bit of an anticlimactic race this after what happened last night with a real exciting one.
Yeah,
It's
where it goes, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, we've been treated to some brilliant races so far this season, so I think they're allowed to have more of a tactical, boring one once in a while. Blue Flag needs to be saving his battery. Matt Cause doesn't have much in our battery as per normal.
Yeah, if he can keep within 3 seconds, Blue Flag, he'll get him on penalties.
And a completely unrelated topic of news of the evening: Hull City have beaten Rotherham 2-1.
Delighted.
Yep, I thought you might be.
Oh,
But Blue Flag still within DRS range, and I think that will remain a theme for the coming laps. And he'll mount his challenge towards the end.
although it's only 52 minutes gone, and Hull were 2-0 up. So
Yeah. Okay, so we've had a what was Goy doing? Preheated oven said hashtag what was Goy doing? He was watching Dancing on Ice, reminiscing Big Bollock Bruce Forsyth. Whilst doing this, he's just completed his level 1 hair and beauty coursework at the BTEC College in Peru. So preheated oven being the preheated oven. Rose
Yeah.
Avenge said, and we're past 9 o'clock, so I can say this now. I don't think it was anything, just Goy being shit.
Yeah, I expected that from Rovers.
Yeah, me too. Well, Pagani is now 1.1 seconds behind Bendel on the battle for 7th. But I think that'll be
Steph has done well to get up to 6th.
He has, and
considering he's
I
15.
think he's going to catch these guys ahead as well. He's on fresh, soft tyres. He can make up 3.5 seconds easy.
I think also he doesn't have a penalty, and City Posh does, so gets high as 5th.
Yeah, he might well do that. But I imagine he'll get within that time frame. I reckon he could be an outside shout here for a podium. Because Matt Cause has a penalty to see. Look, he's just set fastest lap of the race as well.
He's going to have to get past the blue flag though.
He is. Well, as it stands, one of the Red Bull drivers will end up in the points, and it looks like it will be Agent Panda at the moment. But Goy Carp is only 10 seconds behind. He's lurking, just waiting for a mistake. Joe sounds like he's talking to us from Neptune, so if you can get closer to your mic, Joe, that'd be great.
Is that better?
That's better, mate.
Oh, I was tempted to just put it in my mouth and shout them, but
No, don't do a Rich T gaming, please. Right, Pagani just needs to make up these few temps to get himself in DRS range, and then we could see a battle, and I'm sure he'll do it. He's capable.
why Neptune anyway?
Because he was really far away. Yeah.
Neptune's
Yeah, but
pretty far
it
away.
didn't sound like I was underwater.
He didn't sound like he was underwater.
But why Neptune?
Because it was my planet of choice. Just shut up and stop moaning. God. Sorry about him
Anyway,
to everyone that's
City Posh.
watching. Yeah.
Go around the outside blue flag.
Blue flag just touched the grass. City Posh's fruit.
It's a good move from City Posh.
Yeah. See, prototype Steph is 1.5 seconds behind this now.
Yeah, Matt Cause has pulled away from City Posh though, so prototype Steph, he's going to have his work cut out, going to catch up to Matt Cause.
Yeah, you've got to get past these guys first. But we could see a three-way fight. Pagani is still very, very close to that DRS barrier with Bendel.
Yeah, it's showing how much Bendel's improved on the wheel.
Yeah,
Always
always.
blue flag.
Yeah, straightforward move down the inside. City Posh can't do much at this stage.
Switch back round the outside.
Yeah, no, I mean that would have been really impressive if he managed to do that. Willie Tix has put on a fresh set of soft tyres now, so I think he's just going for the fastest lap. Maybe.
Yeah. Imagine so. Steph's now on the back.
Yeah, prototype Steph is well within this fight.
This could be an interesting corner.
It certainly could be.
Looks like Steph didn't quite get the exit he wanted.
No, I don't think it'll be too fast. Blue flag and City Posh going side by side right ahead of us. City Posh touches the grass on the outside. Switch back. No. Oh, Steph's through now. City Posh had to lift. And Steph goes up the inside. Very opportunistic move. It's a good word.
Yeah,
word of the day.
Word of the day. I know you love a word of the day.
I do love a word of the day. City Posh cuts the corner. Gets himself a second penalty. And now Steph. How quickly, or if he can, and how quickly can he get past blue flag? That's what I was trying to say. He's got DRS. Fresh soft tyres. The two guys around him are on the mediums. If he does, he's got a chance because all he needs to do is get himself within a second more of Matt Cause. Goy Carp, crucial time penalty there.
Yeah, he was. He's not going to try it for here, is he, Steph? I mean,
If he does, it's brave. Oh, God, that was
City Posh. I think they're all very close now.
Yeah. Oh. I'm hoping we don't. Oh, Joe's just sat on something, I think. What?
Steph went close to the back of Simon.
Oh, he's got a good run.
Oh God. Simon's bouncing all over the place.
oh,
There's contact. Is there contact?
Oh, he's touched him again.
Oh dear. Steph's round. Oh dear.
Oh, I mean, it looked kind of like Simon just drew into Steph there. So
Yeah, I think they both lost a bit of wing there. Yeah, Steph's lost the front right part of his end plate. Simon, I believe, the front left, maybe.
City Posh might have just been given a lifeline of all lifelines.
Yeah. I mean, it was... Blue flag was in the middle of that and he was just ricocheting off of everything. So, yeah. That was
probably also be the stewards.
Well, I'm just saying, and I don't want to tempt fate or nothing, but that was nearly the retirement that could have brought Goy Carp into the points.
Oh, good. All City are drawing now. Very good.
Probably will make a move here on the inside, I'm assuming. There it is. Oh, Bendel's at the back of him.
Not Pagani up to 7th. So the Renault's running in 6th and 7th. Still being outdone by their Ferrari rivals. We're running 2nd and 3rd.
Definitely got more damage than Steph, because Steph has just pulled out a massive gap now.
Yeah, now I'm not sure whether Steph has got any penalties, but I know City Bosch has got what, 2?
Yeah, he's got. I don't think Steph has any.
I think he might have 1.
Maybe.
If you want to double check.
No, he's good.
Cool. Well, Bendel still sitting on the back of Pagani, but for any mistakes, I think that's Pagani's P7 for the evening. And CJ Payne, like you said earlier on, Joe, just controlling the race. 4 to 4.5 seconds is normally the gap. He's running in no ERS mode, just about to lap Goy. So we'll get that live for Goy's viewing pleasure later.
I think Goy's had enough mentions.
There you go, Goy, nice and early out of the way. Goy, I think Goy just hit the wall, moving out of the way. I think.
At the minute, I've got the top 3. The top 3 is right. The order is just slightly wrong. I've predicted Hammer Time and Matt Cause the other way around. It's quite annoying.
I mean, there's no point for guessing what the gap is between CJ and Hammer Time after they came out of the pits 4 seconds apart.
Yeah.
Yep, CJ's just held it there at 4 seconds.
Well, he certainly has. But I mean, but for any issues in the last couple of laps, this could be CJ's 4th win on the bounce. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think 4 wins in a row is the largest or joint largest in FTRL history.
Oh, I mean that's a lunge, isn't it?
It is.
You've jinxed it. He's not going to finish.
If he manages to, I believe so. And I believe, was that not last season? Because I know someone definitely won 3. If it was only last season. If not, that could be a new record on its own. Let me just confirm said stat.
Pagani's behind Blue Flag now, by the way, and Blue Flag's pulled over to let him through with the wing damage, so Pagani's in 6th.
Yeah,
Right.
Blue Flag has definitely got wing damage, and lots of it. Bendo is lurking.
Yeah, I'm sorry to, just whilst it is quiet, I am going to just confirm this stat, because if it is, I would like to tell CJ that. Let me just scroll up to the back end of last season.
Bit of a classic season, Div 2 last year.
Yeah, well,
Like 6 or 7 drivers that could go up.
no.
Here's Bendel.
If CJ Payne wins this, it will be a new FTRL record.
Is that for Div 2 or just overall?
Overall, no one has won 4 races in a row.
He's only got 2 more laps to do it.
2 more laps to hold his nerve. Pagani's up to 6th in all of that. I know you probably commentated on that, but I missed it. Sorry.
Blue flag let him through.
Blue flag is out to 8, so yeah, Bendel's gone through.
Agent Panda just needs to get around now, and he'll get it.
Yeah.
Outclassed his teammate. Some might say to the 17 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
But he stopped his game.
If ever there was a stat for just absolutely dominating a teammate, tonight is evidence of it. Well, Pagani's only 2 seconds behind Steph, so he's certainly made up some ground, and we know Steph's got damage, and I don't think Pagani has a penalty.
Steph does have a penalty.
Does Pagani?
Just pick one up. Nope.
There we go. Pagani can find himself in P5.
Decent recovery at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What City Posh? I think he's on 6 seconds, so I don't think Pagani can take that away. But he's doing well.
One thing I notice about Pagani when I ride aboard with him is he does feather that throttle quite a lot. He's very good at doing that. But we're going to take it on board now for the... as Blue Flag picks up a penalty in the last lap. CJ Payne for the remaining, 40 seconds of this race. Just going to watch him bring this home.
Yeah, it seems like when CJ Payne wins, he doesn't really get any screen time. Because
yeah.
He just gets ahead, stays ahead, doesn't make any mistakes, doesn't let anyone go near him.
I mean, that can only be a good thing. That can only be a good thing. Pagani's within DRS range. He could make an on-track move.
Sort of Hamilton's hammer time. As CJ.
He's what, sorry?
He's sort of Hamilton's hammer time.
Yeah.
As CJ. Gets
nice. I like it. Anyway, final corner for CJ Payne, and he wins the British Grand Prix. A new FTRL record, 4 wins on the bounce. Fantastic drive. Is that a clap I can hear? No. Pagani's going for it.
If somebody were to crash now and Guy got points, I would scream.
Pagani coming from the corner. A very, very, very good recovery drive from Pagani.
Yeah, well played, Pagani.
Considering what happened, a P5 is an excellent result for him. Prototype Steph is jumped by Bendel. Yeah, great result for Bendel. Prototype Steph 7th.
City Posh in 4th, great result. Pagani with the comeback in 5th, Bendel new on the wheel in 6th, and Agent Panda with the first point in 10th.
Well, it's just decided now that he wants to take his time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he hurries up.
Alright, disqualification.
I would laugh a lot.
Parking in a dangerous
location. Guy Carve up.
Guy Carve has moved up into the points.
Crazy stuff.
Well, that puts an end to what was a very odd race, I feel.
Yeah.
Not much happened, other than CJ Payne dominance. Yeah.
Right, it was on lads, but I have to jump.
That's okay.
So I'll speak to you very soon.
Enjoy your jumping. I'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
So final classification, CJ Payne takes the win for the 4th race in a row. Hammer time 95. Good recovery from him after what happened last week. Up into P2. Matt Cors rounds off the podium, who will not be able to join us on the podium interview tonight. So we'll try and get City Posh in for a chat. Who comes home in P4, which I believe is his best result in an FTRL season. I don't think he's ever got any better than 4th.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Pagani, very, very good recovery drive from him up into P5. Bendel gets his best result of the season in P6. Prototype Steph, what could have been for him, I think, tonight. Started 15th, ended up 7th. So if you look at that stat, it looks like a very good race. But probably could and should have been P4, but for that crash with Blue Flag, who finished 8th just behind him. Willie Tix, not the best for Willie Tix tonight. Obviously, he had that prang on lap 1, had to change his wing, then lost his tyre choice and all momentum for the race. And Agent Panda rounds off the top 10, gets himself a point. Goy Kart was the last of the runners in P11, and we had retirements from Tomo, Paul James, Big Metzer and Rich T Gaming. So we'll just get in the top 2 and try and get CJ and City Posh in here as well. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if people have been able to hear that, because I've gone onto that screen where I'm inviting people. So I am sorry. Sorry, mate. Hammer Time 95, and let's get City Posh in here as well. Can you drop a message into the Div 2 chat and ask City Posh if he can join us? Because I think he's just jumped offline. But if he can't, then we'll get somebody else in here tonight. Maybe Bendel.
Hello.
Evening, buddy.
How's it going?
Not too bad, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit hot, but yeah.
Yeah. Right, we're just gonna, lads. If you want to have a minute or so just to chill, we're gonna try and get City Posh in here because Matt Cause can't do the podium interview. So we're gonna try and get City Posh in. If not, we'll get Bendel in here. Just replying to us in the chat. Right, okay. So we'll get Bendel in here quickly because City Posh can't make it. So we would. I mean, I know Pagani came P5, but I think we'll if we can get Bendel in. Oh, he's actually just gone offline as well. So. No, let's get Pagani in. Get the reserve. So, yeah. So just while we are waiting for Pagani, we might as well just kick things off. So, CJ, another outstanding performance, controlled performance. I know, obviously, he was under a little bit of pressure at the start of the race from Tomo and whatnot. But talk us through the race from your perspective before we get into specific details, mate.
Well, first of all, I just want to say regards to Tomo, of course, because like I say, I've been practicing him all week and he was doing quality. It was a good battle, and it's a shame that he went out the way he did, picked the wrong strategy, I think he did in the end. So, yeah, as far as I was concerned, I just stayed for the softs and the qualifying. I knew that's what tyre I wanted to go for, and like I say, Tom just did a better job. I got my last lap was blocked, but like I say, in the end of things, I won the race, so I'm not going to moan too much about it. Yeah, in the race, like I say, once Tomo was out, I just Hammer Time seen that he wasn't catching me so much, and I just controlled the race from there. Really, wasn't much to it.
No, well, I do have a little stat for you. So 4 wins on the bounce now is a new FTRL record across any division.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's
so,
new.
So there we go, mate. So that's a nice little achievement. Put yourself down in the history books. I mean, considering how close the divisions normally are, including performance as well, nobody's ever won 4 on the bounce. So that's something nice to add to your memoir, should I say?
Oh, for sure. I'll take it. I'll be a Vettel and just record everything.
Yeah, well, I don't really like Vettel, so my opinions of you have dropped since you've said that comment, I must say, mate. But no, nevertheless, looking at the championship table, coming into the race today, you was 11 points clear of Tomo, who obviously couldn't make it. You gained points on Hammer Time and Matt Cause. So you're now on 94 points for the season. So at the midway point, you must now be thinking to yourself, the championship's on the cards at least, or something you've got to be aiming towards that now, nothing less. Is that your
Of
mindset?
course, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to win it. Like I say, coming into it, it's been a great league to race in. Like I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if I can clinch that title, it'd be quality. Like I say, I also want to say as well, well done to my teammate. He got up there in 4th place. That's good for him. Good for the team constructors points as well. So a good result all round.
Yeah, happy days. Well, one final thing for you, mate, before we leave you to it. We've got Germany next week for the start of the second half of the season. How's Germany for you?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I mean, we did it in performance last week, and the rain came, and it made for a very interesting race. I spun around, all sorts, everything was going off. So that if that's the only thing to go by, then it should be a quality race, and I'm looking forward to that one.
Well, hopefully it's a bit more eventful than tonight's race, but nevertheless,
Yeah.
like we were saying in the stream, to be honest with you, you don't really get much airtime when you're out in control, but I suppose that's only for a good reason. So, nevertheless, mate, congratulations on another win, and see if we can make it 5 out of 5 next week, eh?
Yeah, cheers, mate. I look forward to it.
All the best. Well done, mate. Cool, Will. I will let you speak to Hammer Time 95.
So it seemed like a bit of a quiet race for you as well. You ended up 4 seconds behind CJ. You were 4 seconds coming out of the pits. Did something go wrong specifically in that race, or did CJ just have a little bit more?
To be honest, I think CJ was a bit too quick on this because I think he was just managing the race. But yeah, I'm a bit frustrated because obviously I think with my own qualifying, I was like quite a lot of time up and I lost it in the middle sector, and I reckon I could have possibly been on pole, but I don't think I really had the pace to challenge CJ because he was just managing it.
Yeah, well, to not have the pace but come second, it's still pretty good at the end of the day. Did you who finished third behind you? It was
My teammate.
your teammate Matt Cause. Yeah, did you were you and Matt Cause sort of in doing some practice beforehand? Did you know anything about Matt Cause's pace?
Yeah, I knew that I was quicker over a long distance because we did some practice because he was struggling with his overheating tyres. I know I had the pace. If I can get out in front, he won't be able to catch me.
Yeah, well, I mean, seconds, as I said before, still good at the end of the day. So, next week, on to Germany. Are you hoping to get yet another podium there, or is Germany not one of your favourites?
It's actually one of my favourites, probably one of my strongest tracks. So yeah, it's a good track for me. So I should be decent around that. Hopefully, another podium. Trying to keep it consistent. That's the main thing. Trying to get a podium every time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it seems to be the trick at the minute is sort of keep in touch with CJ. Because once he gets like out of DRS, he just sort of holds a gap. So do you reckon Germany will be a lot closer?
Yeah, I think it will be with how short the track is. So yeah, it's been unfortunate, Tomo, because I think the reason why I think he didn't have the pace because apparently when we restarted lobby, he didn't load the setup on. I think that was right.
Yeah, you unfortunately do have to reload your setup when you restart. But I mean, I forget stuff like that frequently. So, but yeah, I mean, big congratulations on second at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, mate. That moves you up to second in the championship after what happened tonight. So, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well done to you, mate. Right, Pagani, let's have a chat, my friend. So,
Why am I here?
because Matt Cause come third, City Posh came fourth, and neither of them could make it to the podium interview. So we thought we'd do a bit of work for charity and get you a bit of airtime, mate. Make a Wish Foundation.
Not for the first time.
Anyway, right. So qualifying didn't particularly go too well for you tonight, mate. But
Not really.
yeah, what happened? Was it just invalidations, mistakes, or was it sort
I
of?
bottled it. So I set a bunker lap on the hard tyre, and then I went for a quick lap on the hard tyre, bottled that. Then Peter put the mediums on, bottled that. Then Peter put the softs on. Guess what? I bottled that as well.
Yeah. So I can hear quite a recurring theme there, mate. Must be said. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, when the race started, it seemed to be a pretty good start for you. I think you made up quite a few positions, and then you had a bit of a tangle with Matt Cause, I want to say.
Yeah.
What happened there? Because it looked like you just kind of locked wheels and you just shot across him, but obviously that was just from the camera angle I had. What did you see?
I'd made a good start. I'd got up behind Bendel, so I was the second of the runners on the medium tyre.
Yeah.
So I was looking pretty good. But Matt Causes then got, I think it was lap 2 when it happened, so DRS wasn't active, but down the hanger straight, he's got close, obviously, but didn't make a move into the turn, so fair enough. But then he's run wide on the exit strip over the far left, and then just come back on track while I was on the curb.
Right.
So I couldn't, I could have gone right, but I was on the track. He wasn't on the track.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to send it to Stewart and see what happens, because I'm not happy about it.
No, I can imagine. But no, I mean, it looked like I don't think there was anything sort of malicious in it. I think it was just a mistake. But like I said, we did expect that would come in tonight.
Talking to Matt Cause, usually he's not an intentionally take that person out kind of guy. It's just an accident. But I'll just send it to Stewart and see what happens.
See, this is what we were discussing though, because like you normally said with Matt Cause, normally he for some reason he seems to not do so well in qualifying, and then he drops back quite a few places at the start of a race, and then he gives himself loads of work to do. So like I said, at times
he went off
he looks
the first lap before the hanger straight.
Yeah, he looks quite sort of erratic or whatever when he comes through the field. So this is what we were thinking. Maybe he was just trying a little bit too hard. But on the other hand, I mean, it was just obviously unfortunate from your end. But nevertheless, a good recovery drive from you, ended up P5. Did you expect that after what happened with Matt Cause?
No, like I said, I was in the party with a couple of boys, and I pitted and came out 8th. I was trying to chase down Bendel, so I was looking for 7th. But I think 5 laps or 6 laps from the end, I think Steph and Sai got tangled together through desync.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked. I was on board of it on the stream, and him, City Posh, and Steph, City Posh, and Simon were all kind of going 3 wide down the hanger straight, and Simon kind of ricocheted off of one into the other, and then as they went round the following corner, on the exit they kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but they kind of just come across each other really. I think it was Simon, clipped the rear wheel of Steph, it spun Steph, and he lost a bit of wing, and then as Steph's car sort of spun, Simon hit that and he lost a bit of wing, and it sort of straightened Steph up. So they were both obviously running with a broken wing. And then at that point, did you feel like you could catch him up, or did you still think it was too far?
Well, I was still behind Bendel at this point, but I had Dan, Rich T. Gaiman, who retired early. He was still in the party and giving us a bit of information now and again. And like Si said, he had damage, but Dan told me that Steph had a bit of damage, so I thought I can maybe get some of there, but my tyres are starting to fade away. But I thought, screw it, what have I got to lose?
Yeah, exactly. Well, nevertheless, mate, a good recovery drive, and that puts you, even closer towards that promotion pack now. Obviously, with Tomo dropping points tonight, you and Simon picking up a few. I don't think that made you overtake. Well, no, sorry, that's giving you a bit of a distance now to Simon, because he obviously dropped some points tonight as well. So onwards and upwards for you, mate. On to next week.
Fairly consistent, like 2 4ths, 3 6ths, and a 5th.
Yeah, exactly. So you're getting there. Eventually, you'll get on the podium and you'll be in this interview legitimately. But until then, we'll just keep getting you in here. But anyway, right. So that will conclude tonight's race. Please join us tomorrow night for the performance race around USA for round 6 of the championship. And also this Thursday, please come and see us at 8 o'clock for our first streamed league race on our new GT Sport League, which has been run by Pagani, and it's we've had the first week so far, and that was extremely successful. We're very happy with it. And if you want to see a different type of racing and just come in and show a bit of support, then join us on Thursday for that. But until then, we will see you next week for the next round, which is Germany. And thank you all very much for watching.